Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Cam. Let's talk some stocks. So in this video we're going to look at the S&P 500 ETF SPY, S&P 500 futures, Bitcoin prices, it's back up, and then the crypto stocks ran along with that, and where we think the market's going to go now, as SPY did touch at least the downtrend line that I have drawn from my previous videos. So we'll look at those right away. So let's go jump into the SPY. So here on the 5-minute chart, obviously, so we're up pretty significant today. So when we're sitting up here, you know, at 389.5, 390, we're basically up, you know, 2% or more on the day. So the Nasdaq was up over 4% on the day. The Dow was still up, but you know, barely up right now. Nasdaq's up on the 10-year treasury yield falling, so that was good news for tech stocks. And obviously Tesla had a massive rebound today, and a lot of the EV plays did as well. NIO back into the 40s, XPEV was in the 30s, and kind of a bounce all around for the tech sector on that 10-year treasury yield news. But we'll see here on the SPY, pretty good takeoff in the morning and then pretty stagnant. And we got another rounding top, which has kind of been a move that it's been doing here recently, longer term, if we go out to like the daily. But here we got this double top at 387.5 yesterday on the 5-minute, and we kind of closed back below that today, closed right about on this 200 unit EMA. But one of the things I did notice on this, I think you can see it better on the hourly chart, is just the volume for the day. So we did make this significant move up, but until this last candle, which really a lot of this was in the last 30 minutes, so let's try the 30-minute chart. This last 30-minute chart, and then a lot of volume now just here after hours, so a lot of block trades today. So probably a lot of institutions. I guess it's not as much yesterday's block trades at the end, but it could be some repositioning from large institutions. But pretty significant drop in volume from, you know, Thursday, Friday, Monday, and then here to have a, you know, 2% move on low volume is not a, you know, necessarily conducive thing to a bull statement. Normally, like if you like to see the price go up, you like to see a ton of volume with it. If you want the price to tank, you want to see a ton of volume with it. So up to today on low volume, and then sellers came in real hard at the end of the day, basically the last hour, sent us from 389 down to 387. And these TD always throws out these market imbalances here, but see 1246 market imbalance was a buy, 350 million to the buy. At 1254 it was 3.1 billion to sell. So really in 8 minutes there's $3.5 billion swing on momentum. And then just to look at the volume again for the daily, and you see RSI was up, oversold, sold off here on the hourly, and now sitting kind of close to that 50 level. See if it will bounce there. But if we go to the daily, you know, pretty close to respecting that downtrend line, and volume kind of lower than the last few days, 183, 152, 123, and then 111 right now. So we'll look to see if we can get some more momentum for tomorrow on the futures side of it. There's rumor news that the House of Representatives is going to pass the COVID bill, or at least sign it by 6 a.m. here on the West Coast, 9 a.m. on the East Coast. So that could provide positive sentiment to the market as the $1,400 stimulus checks go out. And there was, I did see a survey. It was on Twitter, so I don't know if it's, you know, truthful, but there's like a high percentage of people saying that they would be putting their stimulus check into stocks, or something like 40%. So could see a big influx of capital being pushed into the markets, not just by the Fed. So we'll have to look forward to that. We'll go to Bitcoin real quick. So Bitcoin, this 5-minute chart. So this, when it was up 54.80 here, 54.8K here. This is about like 5 a.m. So we kind of sold off most of the day, and then we picked up into the last, like about 11 11 into about 12:30, and then sold off as the market started selling off. And you'll see this exaggerated move here from 11 to 12:30 on the crypto stocks, and some of them, like I mentioned, some of them will go, some of them won't. But the first one we'll look at is CAN, because it was the big mover today. See, it hit new all-time high, so another almost kicker symbol type play where we gap higher and then quickly get above yesterday's high and then don't really retest that high again. So we just move higher to look to take these levels out, and that's exactly what it did. So if you look here on the 5 minutes, so basically what I'm saying, so within that first 15 minutes, we never really even threatened this 219 high from yesterday. So that could be a very, very strong level to set your stop at, risk off of. But you see, just basically up all day, and then this 11 to 12:20 move is one of those where you kind of sit there with FOMO, because you're like, you don't really understand it, why it moved. And then so this CAN was like the first to move, and then if you look at EBON, right, so the move came like 10 minutes later, and then it ran, and then SOS ran at about the same time as that, later, closer to noon. So these all went like one by one after the other. But CAN was the leader today, up 50%, and Riot, Mara, all the cryptos were up. Solid rebound from being beaten down. So CAN's actually at its highs, but SOS is still significantly below its highs, right? So it's up at 15, so it's still down here consolidating. You can't really get above this 9 EMA, and we do have a lot of volume here at the $7 level, so we're going to need a lot of volume to pour in for SOS to go higher. And then if we look at EBON, Ebang, still beaten down, but we did get above these downtrending EMAs, big sharp increase on the 9 right here. And if we can hold this low $7 area, it does look like we could use that as a area of support volume wise for a launch pad to move higher as the volume comes in, right? So volume's picking back up, 20 million a day, 9 million yesterday. So if Bitcoin stays up and the market stay up, we could see another crypto stock run here to end the week. So that's all I got for you guys in this video. Hope you got something out of it. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen with the markets, where these crypto stocks going, where Bitcoin's going. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.